Today we're carrying out a complete filter service on the Mercedes E350 CDI. This is the 3 litre V6 diesel, and we've got all Mann filters, got a new sump plug and quite cheap oil. This all totals £150. We'll start by searching for the sump plug. Need to go underneath the car and remove this under tray here, and you might as well remove the front one because the back two bolts are holding the rear under tray in position anyway. So just remove every 8mm bolt you can see. No idea why they don't just put a hole in for the draining the oil. Massive under tray to have to remove just to get to the sump. If you're wondering what all the leaking oil is, it looks like the garage that did the last service overfilled it, which has caused it to leak out somewhere. 13mm sump plug. Now, oil capacity should be 8 litres, so expect this to take a while. I'm gonna go up top and remove the oil filter while we're letting it drain. Oil filter's located here. Need to remove the engine cover. Slotted on at the front. It turns out the oil filter housing's an awkward size. It's not in any of the standard kits. I think it's 84mm with 14 sides. So having to use a generic tool so I don't have to wait until tomorrow to receive the exact tool. And what I've done is I've stuck a rubber glove over it, fed the tool in. What tends to happen with these tools, obviously this is a homemade one, but they slip and damage the case. New filter, shove it straight into the housing. You've got a new seal, got 2 new seals for the housing cap. There's a little one here and the larger one here. Make sure you've got some oil on the new O-ring. Simply tighten the filter until the plastic meets the metal here. It does say 25 Newton meters, but realistically, once the plastic is touching the metal, there's no further it can go. May need to get the tool back on it. Now ready to fit the new sump plug. Comes with a choice of washers for some reason. I'll go with the copper. Tighten this to 30 Newton meters. Give everything a clean underneath. So now we replace the oil. Got an oil capacity of 8 litres, but as it was overfilled before, I'm going to measure how much oil was put in, just to make sure this isn't incorrect. I'll stick a full 5 litre bottle in straight away. And then what I'll probably do is stick 2.5 more litres in, so 7.5 litres total, and check the level before topping up to the full 8. Stick another 2.5 litres in out of this bottle. Place the filler cap. I'll start and run the engine for a few minutes. Just check that the oil light goes straight out, so you're looking for the oil can symbol, which I can't see. Not showing any issues anyway. Check for any signs of leaks before replacing the under tray. The car has been sat for a good half an hour. I've measured the oil that came out and I've got 8.5 litres when the capacity should actually only be 8. And the level we've got on here with the 7 litres I've put in, actually I need to wipe this off first. Say approximately here. So despite only having 7 litres of oil in, it's showing up to here and the maximum mark is here. So you want to fill up until you're near the maximum mark, but this just over 7 litres that I've put in is actually enough oil. Now moving on to the air filter, or filters, and the fuel filter, which I think it looks like we need to do at the same time, because we've got an air filter on each side. This cover comes up, but the fuel filter is in the middle of the V, and this plenum here, which goes to the turbo between the two filters, must need to come out of the way in order to get the fuel filter out. So for the air filter, I've got these clips, one clip on each side, which I think also means that this central part can be moved. I'm going to do everything at the same time. So we've got a T30 Torx on each side of the filter housing. And they don't stay in the airbox lid, so be careful not to drop them. And then the filter stayed stuck to that. like we'll disconnect this sensor here. Looks like the filter. This whole thing is the filter. What's going on here? I'll have a look. That explains the size of the box. So the filters, this is the air filter, the whole thing. I imagine this sensor will need to be moved across. Yeah, so move that sensor across. We'll do that after. We'll remove the plenum in the centre. So in the centre, just in front of the turbo, there's the Jubilee clip attaching the plenum to the turbo. Quite a few electrical connections. We've got these, I guess the MAF sensors, or manifold air pressure. Undo the air filter, same as on the other side. So just at the, you're pulling that off the turbo, and then there's a rocker breather that just slots in here as well. But with the Jubilee undone, we can get to the fuel filter in the centre without actually disconnecting any more sensors. Water sensor on top. Disconnect that. You can remove that after we get the filter out of position. Got these hose connections that look permanent, but you can get a tool under one side and just flick the tab over. then at the back there's a 5mm hex clamping the filter in position. You might need to gently twist the fuel pipes just to free them off. This filter definitely wasn't changed on the last service. And there we go. Trying to rock the filter out of position. It's a bit stuck in there. Right, and then we need to remove the water sensor. Looks like a T20 Torx. Full of diesel, so obviously be careful not to spill that. There's a new O-ring for the sensor in the box. And just check that the new filter is exactly the same. which it is. So replacing the O-ring. That may help to put a tiny bit of grease on the connections, make it easier when next servicing it, but also make it a lot easier to get the pipes back on. Vacuum pipe on this side, but I just want to make sure it doesn't get pinched. There we go. So I've got the pipes on. Not tightened the filter in position yet, but with these clips, you should just be able to push them back together. There we go. There we go. And tighten the hex back up. Fuel filter replaced. Now we'll finish the air filters. Might as well put the new filters in position before refitting the plenum. Got a screw missing, that's great. filter that doesn't need the sensor. And find a screw for that other side. T25 screw. Reconnect this sensor. So refit the breather just in front of the turbo. And then re-clip the clips onto the new air filters. And tighten the Jubilee clip back onto the turbo. Cycle the ignition a few times, which should be enough to drive the air out of the new filter. Can help to give the engine some revs, just to get the filter filled straight away. It stayed running, so we've successfully pled the filter. Check for any signs of leaks. We're all good. Finally, the cabin filter in the passenger footwell. Remove the T20 torque screws holding this kick panel in position. I've got an air quality sensor and the footwell light. I'm going to remove the kick panel completely. And then what we've got is the cabin filter, which of course hasn't been fitted properly. Oh, surprise. Unbelievable. Slide the bit across, and I really struggle to get these the wrong way around. So what you'll need to do is make sure that Make sure that it is on at both ends. Not easy. There we go. So properly fitted this time. Just refit the 4 screws. Make sure when you're refitting the kick panel that you slide the rear left in first behind the trim so it fits correctly behind. Thanks for watching. I do hope this video has helped. If you can do half as good a job as the previous garage to work on this, then you're doing all right. If the video's helped, then please do leave a comment. For more videos on this car and many others, please do check out my channel. Thank you.